General San, I'd like to ask a very important question. In the wake of current development and involvements in all stakeholders, in Afghanistan, what is the future of Pakistan and American relations, Pak-US relations, especially because Pakistan is facilitating the peace process? How do you see the relationship of Pakistan and the US unfolding?
As you are well aware, there is a history of Pakistan-US relations. Sometimes described as a sine wave, and sometimes as highs and lows. And we have found that this relationship, despite the difficulties, have somehow or the other lived on. Because despite in the post 9/11 scenario, we feel Pakistan has greater opportunities in the regional environment for its foreign policy options. But it is a conviction in Pakistan that despite more options, Pakistan would like to have the best of relations with the United States, because there are many things that we can get from other countries, but there are many things that we cannot get from other countries, which we can only get from the United States, given its technological, its academic, and its soft power capabilities. And Pakistan would like to take advantage of that. As you know, there is a large Pakistani diaspora in the United States itself, which is indicative of Pakistanis' desire, and I'm saying the popular desire, to have good relations with the United States. However, let me tell you, as far as Afghanistan is concerned, Pakistan is striving for peace in Afghanistan for its own best interests, for very selfish interests, because we are convinced that if there's no peace in Afghanistan, we can't hope to have peace and stability and progress in Pakistan. So there is a very strong commonality of interest between the objectives for a stable and peaceful Afghanistan between the United States and Pakistan. And it's not now. From the outset, post 9/11, we have repeatedly been highlighting this, that Pakistan will be prepared to play a very substantial, very positive role to bring about, to promote a peace process in Afghanistan. Unfortunately, it wasn't the US policy till President Trump changed that policy. If you recall, when President Trump took over as the president, even his South Asia policy was more kinetic. It was more, and that is why we found that in his first 2 years, it was the US Air Force's bombing which was causing most of the casualties in Afghanistan. And his advisors, particularly his military advisors, had convinced him that they can deliver a victory. I'm glad after 2 years in his tenure, he fell back to his election promises of ending all the wars and withdrawing or pulling back US forces from other parts of the world back to the US. And that was I think this policy of President Trump is the center of gravity of the process, of the peace process. That is why it is very essential that the intra-Afghan dialogue is underway at the earliest, and it achieves irreversible progress in the first tenure of President Trump. And that is the reason why those who want to derail this process are trying to delay, because they feel that's the only way that they can undermine this policy or this strategy of President Trump to, to seek a peaceful solution and withdraw U.S. forces from Afghanistan.
Mr. Athar, what is your point of argument since you're a senior geopolitical analyst? Please add something.
Yeah, please. No, I have in mind, I was just going to add what Sir said. I'm going to pick up a very important point he mentioned about the discussion that how military advisors in the first 2 years described the Afghan situation, that bombing out the civilians would have them a victory, basically created a very clear strategic deception for President Trump and his team. I think what happened is that we in Pakistan kept on facilitating and sustaining what has been the policy. But there is a need now on the part of the United States to do more in terms of sustain what they have point of departure now from their previous position. They have, in order to sustain this one, they really need to improve this image of Pakistan-US relation, where the US has been looked by the general public in Pakistan, and the popular image is that our relationship is more of transactional relationship. On the other hand, for all these 50, 60 years, Pakistan sided with the international community, first Afghan war, this second one, and wherever Pakistan has been required to stabilize South Asia. So there is a need, I think, for the US to do more in terms of sustaining it. As General Sahib very correctly pointed out, that the delaying peace mean also denying peace. There is a possibility, as he pointed out, and we hope that it will go on the positive side.
General Ehsan, would you like to add something to what Mr. Rana Athar Javed just said?
Yes, given the size of Pakistan, we are a very, very big country. One of the, our more than 220 million Pakistanis. We rank in the top 6, 7 countries in the world in size of our population. And we are seriously underdeveloped, which means we need almost everything for our development. We yet have to, progress. We have to develop in all facets of life, which gives us huge economic potential and opportunity. And we think beyond Afghanistan, on its own merit, Pakistan, located in a very, very tough neighborhood, but a very critical strategic landscape, will always be of importance to the world, to the international community, and particularly to the United States. So on our own merits, I think the US-Pakistan relations should be and must be sustained and must move forward.